Adding new users to your Echo instance has never been easier. We now have a way for you to not only create the user account, of course, but to just send an activation. And this seems like a very simple thing, but let me just kind of break this down and show you what's happening. Here we can go into the admin. I'm just creating a new user account. And what we've been doing until now is you've been creating a password. In many cases, we saw our users were sending that password along to someone else. So what we've done is we've set this up so that you can go into Echo. You can put in their name and email and their password, but they don't even have to know what that password is. Instead, you can just put in that password and not send them a password, of course, and instead you can choose this Activate button. Now, you'll notice there's kind of two buttons that have shown up, an Activate All and an Activate button. Here's what we've realized is important to have. When you create this new account, and then maybe you create 5 or 6 of these new accounts, maybe as you're onboarding a new team of volunteers or different staff, we've found that many times you don't want maybe to activate them right at that moment. Maybe you want to just create those accounts, and then on Tuesday afternoon, that's when you want to send the messages out. So whenever you send this, when you push this button, it will then send at that moment an email out to a user helping them activate their account. And what that really means is they're going to create their password and then log in to Echo. Now, this Activate All simply says everybody who has an Activate button in this list, if we push those, it's going to do all of those at one time. So for this demo, I'm just going to activate just the one. And when I do, it's going to change to a status of active pending. And it's going to change to that status because it's letting you know that we've sent out an email, but that's all we've done so far. We've sent out the email, they haven't clicked it, they haven't created their account. And so here I can go in and click on that email, and inside that email, a very clear, easy call to action. Welcome to Echo Global. Click the button below to set up your password. They'll do that. It'll take them into that Echo instance. It'll remind them, hey, it needs to be at least 8 characters long, and they'll be able to go in here and type in whatever they want their password to be. And then after they've done that and put in that information, then they can just submit that and log into the system itself. And so now it's ready to go, and now they can just log in and go inside of Echo. So if I refresh this page over on the Echo side, if I just go and reload that again, you'll notice that now that account has moved into a status of active. And what that lets you know is that your user has received that email. They've gone in and done everything they need to do, including creating their password and putting all that information in there. So now create your accounts and click that Activate button when you're ready to send the announcement to your user that we're ready for them to log into Echo and create their password. Now, question happens. What happens if you tell somebody, I've just created your account and your password is 123? Well, if you do that and they log in with their password 123, then that will also change it from an activate status to an active status, because what Echo's trying to look for is, have they logged in successfully? So if you have a system in place where you don't want those emails to come from Echo, but instead you want them to come from your ministry, no problem. All you'll have to do is create the accounts with the passwords you want. We really want to encourage you to send those passwords in an encrypted format, or communicate it in a way where a hacker could not see what that password was, and they'll log in just fine. It'll be normal, and those Activate buttons will disappear and change to active as each of your users successfully log in for the first time. So you've got an Activate button for individual users. You've got an Activate All for everybody that's waiting to receive an email. What happens if you accidentally click that button twice? Good news. We've got a limit on that so that you can only click it. You can click it as many times as you want. It's only going to send an email out once every day. So if you clicked on it 100 times, it's still only going to send the user one email. So you don't have to be worried about an accidental over-clicking or anything like that once a day. So on the next day, if you went back and clicked it again, it would send another email back out to that user. So that is the new activate function inside of Echo.